All right guys, last week I had to talk my clients out of a property that they really loved. It checked all the boxes, the right number of bedrooms, the right size, and the right price tag. But what they hadn't done yet is look into all of the hidden costs of buying a property, the unexpected costs that a lot of buyers end up, just taking the hit on without any knowledge. So today we're gonna go over the top buyer traps and hidden costs that will get you whenever you're buying a property. All right, trap number one is dialing in on the list price. So I see a lot of buyers that they're looking maybe in the 300,000 range. They find something for 280,000 and they're like, okay, this is gonna be perfect. The list price is not the true price of the house. The true price of the house is the monthly payment, the money coming out of your pocket, the down payment, the closing costs. Guys, the biggest one that people don't realize is that if you just go into a real estate transaction willy-nilly, you're going to get hit with a bunch of extra costs, which also is why you should contact me whenever you're thinking about buying, because I'm gonna get you set up with the best deal. I'm probably the best negotiator in this market, honestly. But listen, let's say you go willy-nilly. You have closing costs. That can be for the lender side, there's a bunch of like little line items, you got home insurance, all this stuff. The closing costs are gonna end up being around 2 to 6%. So that could be like an extra $6,000 that you weren't even expecting. You have the appraisal, you have prorated taxes, stuff like that. And then on top of that, people, whenever they're plugging stuff into a mortgage calculator, they don't realize if you are on like an FHA loan or a conventional loan with less than 20% down, now you have private mortgage insurance, which is like just an extra fee for not having 20% equity in the property. On a property, in that 300,000 range, that's gonna be probably like $200, $300 per month, maybe a little bit less, but that's still a huge monthly cost that you're looking at. The last one for this section is gonna be maintenance costs. Look, nobody wants to get hit with replacing a water heater or something like that, $1,000. So what I say is try to get like a percent of your monthly payment into a savings account specifically for repairs every single month. So you can have something bad go wrong per year, voila, you already got it paid for, dip into the account. And look, if you want to make it fun, you can see if nothing breaks for a whole year and then empty the account. You can go on a vacation, or you can make another payment towards the principal, towards the house. Just doing that is going to cut your payments down by a lot if you do that one time every single year. A big one that I see is people not even thinking about the inspection. Like this house we're in, this is a 1950s build. It was recently remodeled. Look, I can look at this and tell like they did a really good job. They did, high quality finishes. There's no like sloppiness anywhere that I could find in this place, but you still need to do an inspection. This is an old home. There could be in this home, there could be like an extra $50,000 worth of work, under the pier and beam, the roof, the AC, stuff like that. This is a larger home, but that's still a huge one. I just worked with some clients. They're buying a new build and they weren't gonna get an inspection. They didn't care. I purchased the inspection for them, and what do you know, there were still a few line items, but they weren't that expensive. But you're buying a new build, you don't want anything messing up, right? But the larger point is that you don't want to get hit with a huge cost right after, emptying your bank account for a down payment. So always get an inspection. They are expensive, between $300 to $500. Totally worth the money. That $500 can save you $5,000 later down the line, maybe even $50,000. So don't waive the inspection, especially if you're buying a first home or a second home, a home that you're gonna live in and that you're not gonna do a full, complete like gut and rehab on. Which leads me to the next one, guys. Do not empty your whole bank account in order to buy a property. that is a recipe for disaster, because you're gonna get an inspection, but sometimes things come up. You don't want to be, broke after buying this property. I always say, listen, you're probably gonna put like 3 to 5% down for this property. You should have another, 1 to 3% in the bank account for emergencies, and then start building from there, because buying a house is a big purchase. You don't want to buy a house and then have an emergency where you have to pay something and then lose the house because you can't make the payments anymore. So that's my next one, is don't drain the bank account just for buying a house. Your financial security is worth more than the house is right now. You can always save, be in a better financial position later, and then get the house. The next one is the homeowner's insurance. A lot of calculators get this wrong. What I say, while you are in the option period, while you can still back out of the deal with, no remorse, go ahead and start getting quotes for homeowners insurance, because maybe it's double what these online calculators are saying, especially in Temple. Like we had a tornado 2 years ago, we had a bunch of hailstorms, so the insurance has gone up. I just had a client tell me that her insurance almost doubled on her investment property. So you don't want to get caught off guard, especially whenever it comes to stuff like that. That's a difference in the monthly payment than you were expecting. Find all that stuff out first. The taxes here are going to be like 2.2%. You want to find out exactly what this property is valued at on the county website, because it's not what it's listed at. Sometimes they're valued way too high. Sometimes they're valued super low. So you want to know that before closing. Guys, the next one, this kills me. This has happened to me before. Don't buy like a car. Don't take out a bunch of credit cards getting ready to buy the house. Just don't do that. Keep everything financially the same, exactly like it was whenever your lender gave you the pre-approval, because they will do a credit check right before closing. This has happened to me personally. This has happened to my clients. So don't make that mistake. It's better to wait until after. Getting a house is not going to kill your credit. It's probably actually going to improve it. So listen, just don't do that. If you work with me, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to send you a reminder. Please do not buy a car. All right, the next one is shopping without a pre-approval. This is a huge one. I have seen so many buyers lose out on a property because they don't have a pre-approval ready. Think about it in your head. You see a very nice house that checks all the boxes. The seller needs to sell the property. They get a real estate agent who actually knows what they're doing. They price it very well, and then they have a bunch of people coming into the property and getting offers. So whenever you do that, you can't even send an offer without a pre-approval, because they're not going to take it seriously. It's just a piece of paper at that point. So get your pre-approval. Be ready to bounce on the perfect property. Sometimes they go quickly, especially the ones that are more unique, like this one, that are priced well. They're going to go quickly. I don't care about the market. There's still people buying, and these buyers are ready to go, and that sets them apart from somebody who is not ready to go, who doesn't even have a pre-approval. So please get a pre-approval. It's very important. If you work with me, I'm going to get you set up with the best lender in this area, and he's going to give you the best options for you. All right, guys, those are the top mistakes that I see buyers make. There's plenty more, but if you work with me, I'm going to guide you through the process. I'm the top relocation realtor here in Temple, Texas. If you're moving to Temple, or if you're even just buying a home in Temple, please reach out to me. You can schedule an appointment with me down below. But listen, I'm going to answer my phone. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let's get it.